Today we're testing more easy 3-ingredient keto-friendly recipes. Over the past couple months, Sarah and I have made a couple of videos testing 2- and 3-ingredient keto-friendly recipes, and you guys seem to really resonate with that. We can understand there's so much to buy on keto, and some of the recipes are super complicated. So we're super excited that we found a couple more that we want to try today. So I was scrolling through Pinterest and I came across this recipe that looks pretty interesting. It's by About a Mom, and it says it's 3-ingredient pudding cookies that are keto-friendly. I thought that they were actually cookies, but they're not. They're actually frozen. So the 3 ingredients that you're gonna need for this recipe are 1 packet of sugar-free vanilla instant pudding. She uses Jell-O in this recipe, but we have this Simply Delish sugar-free keto pudding. You're gonna need heavy whipping cream, and you're going to need Lily's chocolate chips. She uses dark chocolate. We're gonna be using white chocolate for this recipe, but I think both will work. So this recipe seems super simple and straightforward, so we're excited to start. You're supposed to empty out the box of the instant pudding into a mixing bowl, and then you're gonna add in 2 cups of heavy whipping cream into there, and you're gonna mix it until there's no more lumps. So the next step is to add in about 1/3 of a cup of your chocolate chips. We're going to be using the white chocolate for this recipe, and then we're just gonna stir it in, and then we're going to leave it out for 10 to 15 minutes at room temperature, and it's going to start like forming Jell-O or pudding. It's gonna stiffen up. I'm already thinking a red raspberry swirl would work nicely in here. There's something about vanilla and raspberry that really does it for me.
That would be more than 3 ingredients.
I know. So while the pudding is setting up, we're going to take a minute to talk about the sponsor of this video, Element. Element is a delicious electrolyte drink mix with everything that you need and nothing that you don't. That means lots of salt and no sugar. Element contains a science-backed electrolyte ratio of 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Sarah and I drink Element every single day, and we have been for years because we love the way it tastes and it helps us on our keto weight loss journey. Sarah and I love all the flavors of Element, but they just came out with a limited release pack. It's called Chocolate Medley. It has chocolate salt, mint chocolate, and chocolate caramel. And so I decided to make a very special drink. I brewed up 1 cup of coffee, I added a splash of heavy whipping cream, and I added 1/2 pack of chocolate caramel. And so I've made myself a caramel mocha. Let's try it. Wow, that flavor is intense. It's amazing. Right now, Element is offering our community a free sample packet. It looks like this so that you can try all the flavors. This has 8 single serving packets free with any order from Element. In order to get this deal, you must go to drinklmnt.com/ketotwins. So it either looks like cottage cheese or frosting. I can't decide. Either one, I like both.
Not together though.
Not together, no. I'm a cottage cheese in a sweet way type of person, are you?
I like it with some berries and stuff. Yeah,
I'm a savory cottage cheese person. So the next step is that we have a muffin tin. And so we are going to be spraying this muffin tin with some avocado oil spray. And then we're going to be placing about 2 tablespoons of this into each of the holes in the muffin tin. And we're gonna start patting them down so that they create like a cookie-like shape.
Well, do you think this is really a cookie?
No. I mean, isn't cookie something that can be baked and then it's like kind of stable at that point? This is more of a pudding pop, actually, which I don't know why she decided to call it a cookie. Maybe like it's like a search thing because it's kind of hard to define this, and maybe cookie is searched more than pudding pop, but I don't know. I'm not really a stickler for words. All I care is that if it tastes good, I'll call it whatever she wants. To me, this is like a pudding pop. Okay, so these are the pudding cookies. They're more like pudding pops, honestly, and we did have kind of a hard time getting them out of the muffin tin. I think if you use little plastic or silicone muffin liners, you might have better luck, because we had to kind of wait until it warmed, which led to it kind of being soft, and you probably should be serving this ice cold because it is kind of like a frozen treat. So let's give it a go. To me, it kind of looks like cheese. Very rich.
I like the flavor.
This is the first time we've tried that like keto approved vanilla pudding, the instant pudding. I like it a lot. You know, I could imagine if you like wanted to put like lemon curd in here, you could, or a swirl of like raspberry jam inside here. That would be good.
I wouldn't consider these cookies. They're not cookies. They're not baked. They're not crumbly, but I think they're delicious. They're kind of like a fat bomb.
I have sensitive teeth. I need some Sensodyne.
Sponsor us. No.
This tooth is actually not real, the bottom half.
Emily decided to do a swan dive at the local YMCA swimming pool.
Do you know how dangerous that is now? I could have like died.
Yeah.
I scraped my tooth along the bottom of the pool.
And you came up like...
And I'm like,
I'm like, your tooth is gone.
And then it fell off a couple other times. I fixed it, it fell off. I bit a fork eating Chinese food and then it fell off again. And then the last time, I think I was going into high school. And this one, Old Faithful, has stayed on. I don't want to jinx it.
One day, Emily might just have half a tooth when she's doing the intro.
Yeah.
Probably good to have if you guys are looking for a snack. It's nice portions on those.
Tastes good, but it's not a cookie.
So our next keto-friendly 3-ingredient recipe comes from Instagram. And it's by Little Sipper. It's for a 3-ingredient pumpkin brownie. And it looks super delicious and indulgent. So let's give it a try. So the 3 ingredients that you're going to need for this recipe are pumpkin puree, half cup of cacao powder, and half a cup of this New Zest USA Digestive Support cacao protein powder. And she put in parentheses, collagen or whey will not work, no substitutions. So I did go ahead and buy this specific protein powder for this recipe, but we don't have cacao powder. So I know she said no substitutions for this, so hopefully our Ghirardelli cocoa powder will work in place of the cacao powder. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know. So we're going to be leaving the specific ingredient amounts for this recipe linked in the video description. If you guys are having issues finding our links, just expand the video description and then hit more ... So we preheated our oven to 350 degrees. We're going to be putting all of our ingredients into a blender and blending it until it's smooth. And then we're going to be putting it into an oiled pan.
I think Sarah is going crazy. I'm looking at this. It says 1 cup of pumpkin puree. She put half a cup.
My bad.
Sarah.
My bad.
I'm like looking at that going, there is no way that this is going to turn into brownies.
My bad.
All user error, okay?
I have no problem admitting when I'm wrong.
Really?
Still kind of dry. I think we should keep adding more pumpkin. I've added 2 more tablespoons of pumpkin puree.
I doubt that's gonna do it.
I think it will.
It's drier than the Sahara.
There is some moisture there. Now there is no binder in this, so you don't want it to be too wet. Otherwise it's really not gonna set up. There's no egg. Going in with the rest of the pumpkin to hopefully add some moisture to this dry dessert. Come what may, we are baking this thing, okay? Emily's trying to give up on this recipe. I am going to try it as is. I'm going to reserve judgment. You can always judge it later. So we've decided to line our baking pan with some parchment paper just in case this thing decides to stick to the inside of that pan, which is kind of probably happen without parchment paper in it. We're gonna take our avocado spray and just kind of lightly spray it and then wipe it with a paper towel just to get rid of that extra oil that's in there. And then we're gonna be putting in our mixture. The mixture is coming together a little better because we added in the whole can of pumpkin puree, which pretty much means that we doubled the amount that she had originally put in the recipe, which was about 1 cup. We put in 2 cups. We're gonna see how it turns out. Otherwise, Emily was having doubts and ready to drive away screaming because she does not want to eat this thing, but we're gonna give it a go. This isn't our recipe, we're just testing it out.
Sarah?
It's kind of breaking apart on me, but we're gonna smooth this out, try to get one nice even layer.
I'm more hopeful than I was a little bit ago, but it still looks like dry like the desert.
Our oven has been preheating to 350 degrees. We're going to bake this for 30 minutes, which is what she said to do in the recipe. And then we're gonna plate it up and then we're gonna go downstairs and we're gonna try it. It smells like a squash.
It does smell like squash. It smells like pumpkin.
And it doesn't really smell like chocolate. It kind of smells dry. I don't know how that is possible, but I can smell it. I haven't even tasted it yet.
I had some milk or something to dunk this in.
Yeah.
You know?
No. Coming apart. It's not holding together, unfortunately.
No sweetness in this at all. Did we add it?
The protein powder has sweetener.
Oh, okay, okay.
Ready?
1,
2, 3. Go ahead. No.
Where's the sweetness?
It's in the protein powder. The protein powder has sweetness in it. And there's like, I guess, some natural sweetness from the pumpkin. So under her post, there were optional things that you could add. Half a cup of coconut sugar if you want it sweeter. Pumpkin pie spice, cinnamon, nuts, chocolate chips. So, you know, we were trying to really stick to 3 ingredient recipes with this video, but if you wanted to try this,
it's very healthy tasting.
Yeah. So a couple months ago, we made a really delicious keto-friendly 2-ingredient brownie that had eggs in it and a sugar-free alternative to Nutella. And that was really, really good. Moist. It had that fudgy consistency that you're looking for. I wouldn't make this again. It's just not my cup of tea. You know what I mean? I think it needs a lot more sweetness. I mean, it needs like an egg maybe to bind it.
It's very healthy tasting.
And we did have to like double the amount of pumpkin that we put in this recipe.
What would it have been like?
I don't know what we would have came out with if we had just put the 1 cup. It would have just been ashes. You know, sometimes things don't work out. Maybe it was something we did. Maybe it was the cacao powder that was different.
So we've actually tried this creator's recipes in the past. We really like them. This one just is not our cup of tea.
If you guys do have any other suggestions for 2 or 3 ingredient recipes, please let us know. You can post about it in our Facebook group, which is Keto with the Keto Twins, or leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you guys. If you guys want to see the video where we did actually make that 2 ingredient brownie that was super delicious, you can click on the video on the screen and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Emily.
And we are the Keto Twins signing out.